y'all. This is Renee Marshall, and I'm Blickety Black. And this is my crew of girls. Who's the next diamond? Introduce yourself.
I'm Brittany, Little Ginger Snaps today, honey. And I'm giving you this fierceness on today. Who's the next diamond?
My name is Chantel B. Abstay. I am really feeling myself today because I am beautiful and awesome. Who's next?
Hey y'all, my name is Jasmine, and today I am a beautiful, unapologetically dope queen, as I am every day. And we are
Black.
Diamonds.
Collective. Woo, 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 woo.
Hello, hello, hello.
I have a question for y'all. Question is, do you get lonely sometimes?
Girl.
Think about it. All right, so while you're thinking about it, we're going to go into episode 6, Talk is Cheap. And who wants to give us a recap?
Let me tell you about this story, okay? It's basically boy meets girl. Boy and girls kind of talking. Girl knows guy ain't crap, ain't ish, he ain't nothing. Still goes to dude's house. Still not feeling it. Only there for one thing and one thing only, okay? Then everything's according to plan. They're getting it on. Then somebody comes in. Guy want to get all noisy and stuff. And girls is like, so we're doing this. Okay. So she joins in into the fakeness of unpleasure. Okay? She was not satisfied at all. Then he had the audacity to text her back a few weeks later saying, let's do it again. And she's like, nah, bro. Damn. And if you want to understand what I'm talking about, you should read the story. Talking is cheap.
On Tumblr, Collegiate Diaries. You're welcome.
Yes.
And just to clarify, this is a story. So Brooklyn, girl. And that's all I'm gonna say. Go back.
So, we all know that Brooklyn really just wasn't feeling him all because of his arrogance. How do you feel like you would have taken his arrogance? Like, would you took that shit and be like, cool it out? Or you gonna be like, I love that type of stuff?
I laughed in his face. I would have laughed. My bad. But yeah, I would have laughed.
I don't know. I'm like, listen, I like to put people in their place.
Like, to be honest, I would feel like I was being punked. That's how I would have felt, like somebody's punking me right now.
No room for nobody. I wouldn't want to deal.
Yeah, that was my thing. Like, and he knew it. Like she said, he wore it like a badge of honor.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So how do you? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, go ahead.
How do you feel? Do you think the conversation would have went different in that text message between dog catcher? That's what I call him, dog catcher.
Well, he's a dog.
I say dog catcher. He's a dog.
Right.
He's not even a big dog. He's a little chihuahua.
You know what? No,
a chihuahua thinking he a pit bull. That's what it was. That's exactly what he.
Oh, he was chihuahua.
Story.
But I mean, at least he was straight to the point. He said, "Where you live?" Hey, that was number 3.
Right.
she said something. She said something. He got straight to the point. Where you living?
Right.
He was straight to the point. And then too, he was talking about her bed and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, he ain't no good. He's, you know what? Like Tashana like to say, they go by script. It's bad with
Yeah, talking about like, especially when she popped
Word
up.
for word, baby.
him.
Word for word. Line
Just
for line.
words.
And
Especially
tried to put some extra pedants. What killed me was him talking about he was gonna, mess with her mind. I'm like,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. And also like
I
the way
actually
he
laughed. I
looked,
was like,
right. The way he looked too, like when she got to the door and he was all smiling and just slid her right on in, like,
This, yeah, what I've noticed too has been a trend. Like it seems like the guys who talk the most,
yeah.
a failure, like a failure.
Yeah.
The
I saw
guy,
that too.
She said that too.
because the mirror guy was like that too. Well, unfortunately, she had experience with him. He was talking all that rah rah, and it was all poof shoof. You know what I'm saying? He ain't. Another disappointment for Brooklyn. I'm sorry to hear that. I thought at least with his reputation, something would have happened, and another failure. And that's very disappointing for her. And also too, I don't know how she keep linking up with these I don't know if her goodies attract crazy dudes or
what?
weird guys, but first it was the mirror man. That is the man who be throwing up performances when his roommate come in. It's weird. you know, and you know, like
Brooklyn.
she making this stuff up, and then you hit the nah, she ain't.
Right.
You know, I feel sorry because at least with all the theatrics and looking in the mirror.
Yeah. And one of the parts that stuck out to me was she said, I watched as his eyes predictably followed my body's every move. I mean, shit, I am addictive, he shrugged, relaxing against the chair like, I am addictive. And she was like, I chuckled. Oh, bro, that's cute. You talking good game. Like, straight up. You over talking a good game.
Definitely.
It's talking nothing.
Word. Talking.
Right.
And then what made it worse is he kept going. Oh, I can do more than talk. I can do more. Like if you don't let it go, Elsa.
That was a joke. It was a joke.
The line that got me was messing with the mind.
Yeah.
Read it, you know how the line actually went. He would have got laughed at. I'm sorry.
Right. Right.
I know.
See, like I said, I think I would have been pumped. I was like, you kidding me, right? Who set me up this? Like, I would have been laughing in his face. Like, that is the worst pickup line I've ever heard in my life.
Right. And the fact that
It's too textbook. It sounds textbook.
Right. He done used it before.
If you could really do that, you would be doing it. I mean,
right.
I was thinking in my head, like, I mean, he ain't doing nothing but a bunch of nothing.
Right. Talking a good game.
But you won't be looking for other people, right? Like, if you was all the talk, I'm just saying.
And then my thing too, he was breaking up the whole thing if she got a bed. I was like, listen, if she had one, you couldn't take her from him.
Right.
Look, not with this weakness, you couldn't. But you know,
and the fact that as soon as they got in the room, he shut the door and he's already kissing on her. Like, bro, can she sit on the bed for a second? Like,
yeah,
she was like,
he a hot mess.
How do y'all feel, or how do y'all think she was looking once she was like, bro, you are not doing nothing for me? Like, how do y'all think she was
looking annoyed, rolling her eyes? He probably thought she was rolling her eyes in pleasure, and she was rolling her eyes like, how did I get myself here again? Why? Like, I've been having a conversation. Me,
Yeah.
over here telepathically having a conversation with my hoo-ha, like, girl, how did we keep getting here? Like, I need to no, I need we're gonna have to figure something out, honey, because this right here, are you broken? I've been asking questions to it. Are you broken, honey?
Right.
What is going on?
Right.
Why do you keep attracting these type of men? Like, first we had the weirdo in the mirror. Now we got the guy who's throwing up his performance, and I gotta perform with him. Like, no, who got time for that? Who got time? Who?
Nobody got time for that. Nobody got time for that.
I guess I assume his roommate came in the apartment and stayed.
And not only just stayed, he sat in the living room. Like, is this what y'all do? Like, that is weird. That's weird. That's definitely weird. And the fact that she was I could just picture her. Like, I was just feeling her. Like, one, they ain't shit. Excuse my French. Two, some men just want, they sexual pleasures. And the fact that she was like 3, 4, like she was just literally just going down the line like it's a never-ending battle.
So, like after reading this, and poor Brooklyn been going through some mess, I just want to have just a little moment of silence for her hoo-ha right now because Honey's been through it. So let's
Yes.
Like
yes.
Okay. So I'm sorry she has to go through this. And I'm just hoping after freshman year when she comes back, a whole different group of guys, she bump into somebody worth her time. I hope.
Right. Because that dude was sad. To be honest, how would you put him in that rate in the stories? Who's the in between?
He'll be, you know what? He will be the one who would go in between the mirror guy and the drunk. He'll be there. He's the one who goes in. He's the guy. That's me. And not only was he giving bad performance, but he was giving bad energy, bad attitude, bad everything. He was just bad. Everything was bad.
What killed me out was when Brooklyn said, I told Lottie, JJ, and Lori about this. They clowned him from Kingdom to Come. How do y'all think Lottie responded?
Listen, Lottie probably lived up.
Right. She must have like
the fact that she found out that he slept with an associate. How do y'all think she responded? Like, what would y'all have done?
I would have laughed. I would have been like, dang, she got cursed too. I would have been like, dang, I should wonder or something. Like, I don't know.
I would have been like, this dude be getting around like that. Like, how do you how? Why? But
I guess that's what comes with the arrogancy. Or I guess that's what comes with the smirk he be having.
I don't know.
Oh, the last line is what gets me. Bottom line, leave these hoes alone.
Oh yeah, listen, that was my part. I said, look, thank goodness she learned the lesson out of this.
Right.
At least something good came from it. The lesson came out of it.
Right.
Right.
Honey, I just, this guy, I'm sorry, he aggravated my spirit. He was just
my nerves. I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Right.
The title of this is perfect.
I like Tupac. I don't understand.
Oh,
right.
Listen. I I'm trying to go to the part where the roommate came in. Yeah, she was like, I heard what was probably his roommate walking in from the door. And he decided to go harder, and that would turn me, and that turned me off. I was like, listen, but you know what? She was a good sport because she stayed. Because listen, I would have got out of bed. I would
right. The whole time she playing along, she's really thinking ahead like, you really ain't ish. Like the whole time, like you really over here thinking you doing something. It's a whole nother thing. But they say a woman leaves in her mind first.
Listen, it was just
Mentally, it was like this, never again.
Right. I just
feel I hope the next story is better. Like we've said earlier, I really, really do. Because baby girl is not.
I really hope so because I really hope so.
I gotta say she can only go up from here. From here, she can only go up. I don't think she can go any other. I don't think she can go any.
Don't say that because I feel like if you say that, you just her. I'm just saying.
We're going back to some good.
All right, y'all. I know we can go about this for days because the dog and the dog catcher was just not in alignment with one another.
Right.
And that's just that.
Hold on. Before we leave this.
Go ahead.
Just one last thing I want to read. She said, I gave an award-worthy show, though. Moaning and groaning loudly to help the whole ordeal over with. And I'm just leaving y'all with that.
No, say it one more time.
Man, just tell him just read on Uber. Read on Tumblr.
That with y'all. If y'all gotta put a worthy show together, just get up and go. That's it.
That's it. And that's
get up and go.
Especially if
you yeah, I'm gonna say, don't be out here. Listen, we in 2022. Don't fake it. Just go. Just get up and go. Go.
Or if he at your house, just tell him. You got to
kick him out.
You got to pick it up. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Listen, we in 2022. You shouldn't be faking nothing anymore.
Right.
As your eyelashes in your hair. That's it. That's it. Maybe your brows and your edges. But outside of that, you shouldn't be faking nothing else anymore.
There's a lot of stuff people are faking, but you shouldn't be faking
that.
All right, we digress. We're gonna go into our next segment. It is plug-in time. What y'all got for us this week?
So, of course, honey, I gotta plug us in. Give you a little, I like to give a little tease, honey. So April the 29th, be on the lookout like a little hawk. You know what I'm saying? I won't tell you what's happening, but if you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, #us, you might get a little sneak peek. But along with that, we are coming to the end of freshman year. We got 2 more stories left, Lottie and JJ's. So stay tuned for that. And we just really just say thank you.
Yes.
For riding with us, rocking with us. And we've got some other projects coming up. So this is at the end because honey works. Work. Nah, we don't got no sugar daddies over here. We work real hard. And listen, and nothing against sugar babies because honey, y'all be working too. But we work. We work. So please be on the lookout. Please be on the lookout. April the 29th, we got this special for y'all.
Google us. Just Google.
Google, honey. We busy. We are busy. So, Black Diamonds Collective.
That is us. That is us. Thank you so much for our plug-in segment. You killed that, honey. Listen, we out here polishing these diamonds and rising up and creating more, honey. So I appreciate you for the plug-in. Next, we are going to get into our next segment.
All right, guys. Y'all ready for the next segment? Who's ready for this title? It is called, wait for it, What Would You Do? Now, to explain this segment, we are just going to throw some scenarios out there. It could be a real-life scenario. It could be a scenario from a TV show, or it could be something that you've seen from a movie. It's just different types of scenarios. And today's scenario, y'all ready for the scenario?
Come on with it.
All right. So you've been single for a while, and you set a date for this guy a month ahead. The only reason why you did this is because, let's say you're in college, midterms are coming up and stuff, and you just want to get that over with before you go on your date. So y'all agree to for this date for a month ahead. However, throughout this month, you end up getting in a relationship with a different dude. However, you forgot to cancel your date with the guy until you remember when he texts you, can't wait for our date. You tell your boyfriend and he look at you and say, you want something, babe? You should go. What would you do?
Go.
My boyfriend. No, I don't. Don't slap your boyfriends out there. Slap them if you need to. No. What?
No.
That's all I got. That sounds like Leon, but that's all I got is what?
Oh, yeah, listen, I'm going. Listen. I'm going. Bye. And I'll tell you right afterwards, you better hope the date is not spectacular, because I will leave you for him.
I will post you later. But I mean, my thing is, why would you even, just go ahead and go?
Nacho.
Here's my thing. My thing. Go ahead.
Be careful.
Oh, I was gonna say my thing is, sis, if you gonna play this whole dating game, you got to know how to play the game. Like, if you know you got this dude and that dude, you should know in your head, oh, it's getting serious over here. I need to go ahead and cancel a date with that dude, because I ain't gonna go deep down. I'm feeling him. It's your fault.
If you forgot about him, if you forgot about him within a month, then you shouldn't have even did the date to begin with.
Right. Don't tell me to do something. Listen, don't tell me to do something you don't want me to do. So you tell me go on a date, I'm going to go. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to text you through after that. I said, oh, shucks. Listen, he bought a large popcorn at the movie theater. You ain't buying no popcorn at no movie theater. Oh, shucks. Or you can eat crabs. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, shucks. He took me to go get some dessert. Oh, we at a hotel. I got to go. Don't text me.
You gonna be
at home. I'll be at home eating ice cream while I text that. Now, listen, don't play these games with me. Cause listen, you only gotta tell me to do something once. You only gotta tell me to do something once. Don't tell me to do something you don't want me to really do. Then you be up in your feelings. You're gonna be hurt. I'll make sure. I'll be sending pictures and be like, come on, get in this picture, boy, so we can see how much fun we had. I'm a video timer. Hey, boyfriend, you see my date? Say hi. He all right. Say hi. He told me to go with you, boy. We having us a good old time. Mm-hmm. Look, we outside.
Reasons why you thought that was okay to do. First of all, you either I don't know, trying to get rid of her in the weirdest way possible.
Right.
Or you're so confident in yourself, you honestly think that she'll come running home. Well, I guess you better hope. Right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for you to be like, oh yeah, go ahead and go out. We're established. What?
Right.
Now she should have remembered the person, but on the other hand, my man telling me just go on a date.
But you know what? I will say, when you're like so caught up in a relationship, if me and this other person are texting on a regular, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have forgot too. I'd be like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
but I feel like,
well, you know what? If she's been with the guy, I'm assuming she's been with the boyfriend for only just that month, probably less than a month. So maybe it's so new, he's just like, we'll try it out. I still just don't. That's weird.
To be honest, it was interesting. It was.
On a date? Are you going on the date?
I would on that date. I would have asked if I like, are you sure? Are you positive? Like, yeah. Because to be honest, in my head, I'm giving you they don't go on that date. I was just joking and stuff like that.
Right.
Because at first I would have thought he's joking, right? Like, because I'll be like, no.
And if he tells me no, then I mean you are opening the door for her to go, and you can't have an attitude about it, just like Brittany said. I mean, period.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I'm not asking you, are you sure? Because you brought it out.
Right. So maybe it's one of those things.
I'm about to say, I've been in a situation like that. With my prom date from Trinity, he was over a bit all depressed. He said, I don't want to ruin your night. If you want to go out and dance, I said, listen, I don't play them games. I was so quick.
That's okay. You don't got time for it. I don't got time for it.
Listen, I don't play, especially at that age. I don't play games. Listen, you gonna play chess, your feelings gonna be hurt. Because if you tell me going on a date with somebody, you gonna know I went on a date. And I bet you won't tell me to go on no more dates. Yeah, you better hope he's not a Mr. Steal Your Girl. Because he would have stole me and I would have been stolen.
And look, that's what I was about to say. Like, maybe the date she's supposed to go on is dude's date. She was like, yeah, go ahead. Just testing her to see if she gonna go on this date.
Oh, you test the wrong one. You failed. I didn't fail. You failed. Because you doing dumb stuff. You doing dumb stuff. They won't even be great. They don't even have to be great. And I'll make it.
And it's funny because even after the date, he can't get mad at you because he told you to go.
Right.
And if you did it in the first place.
Or I've been like, I was just joking. Like, of course I don't want you to go or something.
Right.
Look, if you say go, okay. All right, cool.
Go. Stuff like that. Like, why play games? Because listen, my thing is, you telling her to go, it just seems like you kind of like just don't care. So when you get with a real one, like me, you tell me to go, I'm go. And then you're going to feel stupid afterwards. Because then I had to reevaluate this relationship I'm in. Because what guy says his chick on a date? Listen, one thing about me, I might be a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I might have intuition, all that stuff. But I'm not a mind reader. I can't read no minds. Right. I'm not going to try to read your mind. I'm not going to try to pick up the... Listen, say what you mean and be what you say at all times. Yeah. Don't play no games. If you don't want me to go on a date, then don't tell me to go on it. Period, point blank. Because listen, your feelings get hurt. Because you just potting me off. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Be what you say and say what you mean.
I'm still gone off. I mean, on the other end still, I'm just still like, dang. I feel like the other dude wasn't memorable enough for you to remember him.
Exactly.
Right.
Honestly, I told you.
I'm not gonna forget about a person.
That's where I come in.
money. Not no daggone date. A month passed pretty quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where I say, like,
Like,
I
I
would
can't-
make sure.
He lying anyway. I can't wait to meet you. If that was the case, we would have been talking all month. But whatever.
Right. Why we talking that right at the date? That's my thing. Like, I would make sure he was cut off before you proceed. Like, I know, like, if you talking to dudes, you know your phone.
You know, it's said in the Bible, a double-minded man is an unstable man. You tell me go on a date and we together, you are an unstable man. And we're gonna rebuke that spirit out of you because nobody got time for no double-minded, unstable man. You mean what you say, and you say what you mean. Period, point blank. Listen, you go read that in the Bible. You a God-fearing man. You go read that. If you not, God bless you. Amen. But still, listen, I got time.
Period.
Okay.
Time for these games to be playing with.
Not for real.
Cause listen, you gonna play with the chess match. I'm gonna
Right.
your butts. You gonna get checkmates all throughout the dates. Cause listen, I'm not I'm not the one to play games with, especially back in my younger days. You want to play games? Okay.
Right.
I will
You will be
entertain
playing them
you.
by yourself because he was gonna be home alone.
Oh
crying,
yeah. In his feelings. You know what? And you know, I'm so good at games. I would been up in Walmart and they're spraying X. And I went to his house and said, man, that was a beautiful day. Listen, the day probably ended after 10 minutes if he wasn't remembering. So we probably ain't even have a good time.
You feel it no matter how short that day was, even if we didn't even make it to the venue.
Right.
Boy,
Right.
you gonna feel this. You gonna feel this.
Me and my friends probably went out.
Tell me I can go again.
Right.
Don't learn your lesson that night. I bet you won't send me on no more dates.
Right.
Right.
Actually, that don't get replaced on my way back to you.
Because
I might find me another date. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tasha. I didn't mean to.
No, my bad.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be reevaluating our relationship because
Right.
how you gonna act that? Period.
Right.
So you need to be hoping that whether I do this date or not, that I am going to be with you.
Right. Because listen, I might not come back.
Bye.
You sending me on dates. You might send me to my husband. You don't know.
Right.
Or I'll
You
pretend
might be sending me to the man God has placed for me. And you were a distraction. You was the devil. You was a snake in the ground.
That's funny.
Listen, I'm serious. Because what you could be doing, you could be sending me to greatness. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I stopped and was like, I'm gonna choose to be with you, and then you send me to someone better. Because you don't know this dude.
Right.
I might have forgot about him.
Right.
It could have been tricks in my mind to forget about him. And the Lord said, you text that woman. And he texts me. And then you send me on the date with him. And next thing you know, I'm inviting you to our wedding. Years later. We might even name our child after you. Because listen, if it wasn't for you sending me on that date, we wouldn't even been together, living in this mansion while you living in your apartment.
And doing what you doing, boo-boo.
Right.
Looking like a fool.
You know what I'm saying? She could have been settling for less with the guy she was dating. You know what I'm saying? She decided to get a relationship with and pass up this great opportunity of his date. And man could have, you know what? And then too, that he planned it a month in advance. He could have some real special set up for her. Y'all could have went out. He could have flown her to Paris. Huh?
I'm sorry, y'all. I was so sorry, but I just realized she's such a liar. So how you gonna tell this man that first of all, didn't we say she's paying attention to her midterms and finals and all that great stuff?
Oh,
she found time to get you Oh man.
Maybe he was a professor or that, a TA. Or he could have been a tutor.
He had to hop on that grade.
He probably was in her. He could have been in her study group. You never know how when she found this boyfriend.
You never know.
But she did like. I mean, listen, if that was the case, you're right. She told a little fibby fib. Told a little.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? You know what? You got me thinking now. How did she find a man?
But I was just like, hold up now, hold up.
How she found a man in a month?
And then find none for dude.
She brought up some good points, and as I think about it, I got some questions for this woman. The math ain't bad. You schedule a date. Assuming she knew this guy before the whole date. Because you just don't schedule. I mean, listen, some people do. Don't get me wrong. You schedule a date with a random man. Yeah. And then you bump into some other man and make him your man. Mm-hmm. Never did it occur that you already had a date to go on.
That's why I said
some math ain't math.
This is why I said you gotta know the game. Like, how do you not know? Like how do you not know?
I got questions. Listen, I almost said proper questions about this because I couldn't imagine myself. And I've been in situations, but how do you forget a whole date? A whole date with a person you talk to?
Exactly. My thing, I'm still off the fact you made a date. Y'all made a date for a month out because you got so much to do. But you definitely made time to find you a man after you made this date.
That's what I'm saying. I'm confused. And then too,
what you about to do?
She jumped in a relationship. Listen.
It's a month. When did you meet this dude?
Right. And she made him fast.
You gotta think. The question was, what would you do if the boyfriend be like, sure, babe, go ahead and go?
And that's my question too. He probably said sure because they probably won't date him for a long time. So he probably was like, I can replace her. Just in case. And I ain't thinking from that aspect. Because listen, the thing is, you know what? And if I was a boyfriend, I would have had a question. How you forget you had a whole man that you're supposed to go on a date with and get a relationship with me? And how you didn't tie that up before you got with me? And that starts to think. I'm thinking, oh no, she is not the one my mother warned me about women like double-minded, unstable. Listen, you don't get nothing else from this podcast.
For real.
Double-minded.
This just don't make no daggone sense. But like I said, I mean, it had to be a short relationship, maybe a week or two.
Yeah. They had to just be like just established.
Well, just go on a date. I mean, shoot, we ain't been together that long. But I'm just like, dang, jumped into a relationship.
Yeah.
She quit for a month out and you jumped into a relationship with somebody else. I'm assuming somebody else was a stranger, or did you know this dude and y'all decided to jump into a relationship later on? I'm not really sure about the case. I mean, something had to be on y'all's mind to for a next level. If within 30 days y'all go from friends to lovers, I'm sorry. I'm still
trying to
like friends and lovers, baby.
I'm trying to put the pieces together.
And what do you think? How do you think the date went after she told him I had a boyfriend, but you told him that you was studying pretty much the whole time for midterms? So now you about to.
That's a good question. Because how are you gonna explain that you have a boyfriend and we were supposed to go on a date?
Right.
How do you explain it? Because my thing was been like, and then too, if I was the other guy, I would have questions too. Oh,
yeah, like, so you gonna go get a boyfriend, but you told me to wait a whole month for a date?
Right. I have questions.
You need an interrogation room, baby. You need to sit down because it don't make no sense.
The math ain't math. 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 right now. Right. There's a boy somewhere. We
equal to 10 at this point because I'm confused now. I was like, hold on, for real.
But also, that's why I said I have like a lot of questions because my thing is too. Ain't none of your friends know you was supposed to go on a date. Ain't none of them helpers remind you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to call people helpers, but ain't none of them chicks remind you that, hey, before you jump in this relationship, you need to go cancel your date. Ain't none of them chicks knew you had a date. Like, that's what I said. This other guy must have been less than.
We can go a step further. Maybe the chicks was trying to get with the boyfriend, and that's why he was like, go ahead and go on the date.
So my last thing I just want to say is she just seems very trifling. And as a story ain't adding up. But you know what? If I was in her shoes, I would really. I mean, how you forget you had a whole date before you got a whole man? We will never know. Just like you don't know how many licks till you get to the Tootsie Rolls. Oh, I'm done. She has.
All right, y'all. That's the end of that segment. Listen, as y'all can see, we can go on and on about this too. These scenarios, these stories, everything is crazy. Y'all gotta make sure y'all tap into us, turn y'all's notifications on, because these stories is lit.
Oh yeah.
This is the end of our show for today. Tune in, stay tuned in. And we have one announcement before we go.
Next week, JJ's story. She don't have a title yet, but listen, JJ about to. We already know how her last story with TK went.
Right.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Turn those notifications on. We thank y'all. We love y'all. Share with your friends. Follow us. Comment. And see y'all next time.
All this pressure keep making diamonds. Yeah.